Hello and welcome to Prepspot. In this video, we are going to know about a news event that has sparked intense debates about judicial integrity and accountability in India, a subject that is not only critical for understanding our legal system but also vital for competitive exam preparation. On 14th March 2025, a fire broke out at the official residence of Delhi High Court Judge Yashwant Varma on Tughlaq Road, and during the aftermath of the incident, fire and rescue services made a shocking discovery: a huge stash of unaccounted cash. This revelation, which quickly made headlines across the nation, has raised serious questions about the ethical conduct and financial transparency expected from the judiciary, a cornerstone of our democracy. To understand the full implications of this event, we need to examine the background and context. India's judiciary is one of the most respected institutions in the country, with the Supreme Court and over 25 high courts playing a crucial role in maintaining the rule of law for a population of 1.4 billion. Judges are entrusted with enormous responsibilities, and their conduct is held to high ethical standards because any hint of impropriety can undermine public trust in the entire judicial system. In this case, unaccounted cash, money that is not declared to tax authorities and is often associated with tax evasion or corruption, was discovered at the residence of Judge Varma. The concept of unaccounted cash itself is legally significant because it directly relates to issues of financial transparency and accountability, both of which are crucial in a society that demands integrity from its public officials. Historically, the Indian judiciary has not been immune to controversies, but such incidents are rare and tend to provoke a strong public reaction. The discovery of the cash stash at Judge Varma's residence comes at a time when there is heightened scrutiny over the financial dealings of public officials, especially in the wake of previous controversies such as the Justice Lawyer case in 2018. In that instance, questions were raised about judicial accountability, which set the stage for even more rigorous demands for transparency. This background helps us understand why the news about unaccounted cash found at a High Court judge's home has resonated so powerfully with the public and the media alike. The discovery occurred on 14th March 2025, when a fire erupted at the judge's official bungalow. Although the fire was brought under control relatively quickly by the fire department, the subsequent damage assessment revealed something unexpected: an enormous amount of cash that was stored without any formal documentation or declaration to the tax authorities. While the exact amount was not disclosed, media reports described it as a huge stash or a pile of money, terms that in themselves have triggered widespread outrage and demands for accountability. This discovery immediately led to an escalation in the matter. Within a few days, the case caught the attention of the Ministry of Home Affairs and ultimately reached the highest levels of the judiciary. The situation escalated further when, on 20th March 2025, the Supreme Court Collegium, led by Chief Justice of India Sanjeev Khanna, decided to transfer Judge Yashwant Varma to the Allahabad High Court. This decision was highly controversial, with many viewing it as an administrative measure intended to restore public confidence in the judiciary, while others saw it as an insufficient response that failed to address the underlying issues of financial misconduct. The transfer itself is an important aspect of the collegium system, a body of senior judges that recommends appointments and transfers of judges. It is designed to insulate judicial appointments and transfers from political interference, yet incidents like this challenge the very notion of judicial autonomy and accountability. Let's take a moment to discuss some key definitions and concepts that are central to understanding this incident. Unaccounted cash refers to funds that are held by an individual or institution without proper documentation or declaration to tax authorities, often hinting at tax evasion or illicit activities. Judicial integrity is the cornerstone of our legal system, representing the principle that judges must be impartial, honest, and above reproach, ensuring that justice is administered fairly. The collegium system is the mechanism through which judges are appointed and transferred, intended to safeguard the judiciary from external pressures. In this case, the discovery of unaccounted cash at a judge's residence directly challenges the notion of judicial integrity, prompting both internal inquiries and public demands for transparency. From a technical perspective, the process by which such a case is handled involves several layers of investigation and legal oversight. When the fire broke out, the fire department's routine procedures led to the discovery of the cash during the damage assessment. Following this, local police initiated an investigation, and the matter was escalated to the Ministry of Home Affairs. The involvement of these agencies is crucial because it shows that while the judiciary is supposed to operate independently, it is not beyond the purview of other governmental bodies when allegations of misconduct arise. The transfer of Judge Varma was then decided upon by the collegium as part of its internal mechanisms for maintaining judicial discipline and public confidence, highlighting the complexities of balancing internal judicial processes with external public accountability. The implications of this incident are far-reaching. Politically, it has ignited fierce debates between different parties. Leaders from the BJP have condemned the incident, accusing it of undermining the credibility of the judiciary and calling for strict measures to ensure transparency and accountability. On the other hand, there are voices within the judiciary and among legal scholars who argue that while the discovery is alarming, the appropriate course of action should be a thorough internal inquiry rather than a hasty transfer. This divergence in opinion reflects broader ideological differences regarding judicial independence versus accountability, and it has significant ramifications for the upcoming electoral cycles, as public sentiment regarding corruption and integrity in public offices continues to influence voter behavior. Economically, the revelation of unaccounted cash has raised questions about the potential links between judicial misconduct and broader issues of corruption within government institutions. With India's large population and the immense responsibility placed on the judiciary to protect the rule of law, even isolated incidents of financial impropriety can have a disproportionate impact on public trust. Moreover, such incidents often lead to calls for reforms and increased funding for judicial oversight, which in this case has led to discussions about allocating a hypothetical budget of 1,000 crore rupees for judicial reforms over the next few years. This increased focus on judicial transparency and accountability could have a lasting impact on the way judicial processes are monitored and regulated in the future. Socially, the discovery has sparked widespread public protests and heated debates on social media. Platforms like Twitter and Facebook have been flooded with discussions under hashtags such as Hush Judicial Integrity and Hush Accountability Now, with citizens demanding that the judiciary hold itself to the highest standards. These discussions are particularly important in the context of India's diverse society, where issues of caste, class, and regional identity often intersect with the administration of justice. The incident has become emblematic of the challenges faced by public institutions in maintaining integrity while operating in a complex socio-political environment. Furthermore, this case highlights the broader challenge of ensuring transparency in the management of assets by public officials. The judiciary, being one of the most trusted institutions in India, is expected to set an example in the ethical management of public resources. The discovery of unaccounted cash at a judge's residence not only undermines this trust but also raises serious questions about the systems in place to prevent such lapses. It underscores the need for robust mechanisms for asset declaration and regular audits, as well as the implementation of stringent measures to address any irregularities swiftly and effectively. Another aspect worth noting is the role of the media and public opinion in shaping the outcome of this case. In today's digital age, news spreads rapidly through social media, and the outcry following the discovery of the cash was no exception. Within hours of the news breaking, influential voices from across the political spectrum, as well as legal experts and activists, began voicing their concerns, leading to a groundswell of public pressure. This immediate and widespread reaction played a significant role in compelling the authorities to act quickly, culminating in the transfer of Judge Varma. The incident demonstrates how modern communication channels can serve as a powerful tool for accountability, ensuring that public officials remain answerable to the people. It is also essential to consider the historical context of such controversies. While the judiciary in India has enjoyed a reputation for independence and integrity, it has not been immune to scandals in the past. Incidents like the justice lawyer controversy in 2018 have previously stirred debates about the accountability of judges. Each of these episodes, including the current one, contributes to an ongoing discourse on how best to balance judicial independence with the need for transparency and accountability. The current incident, with its dramatic discovery and swift administrative response, is likely to serve as a catalyst for further reforms in the judicial system, potentially leading to the introduction of new regulations governing asset declarations and financial transparency for judges. From an administrative standpoint, this case also illustrates the complex interplay between different branches of government. Although the judiciary is an independent branch, its actions and the behavior of its members can have far-reaching consequences that require intervention by other governmental agencies. In this instance, the involvement of the Ministry of Home Affairs and the subsequent action taken by the Collegium reflect a system of checks and balances designed to safeguard public trust. However, the situation also raises important questions about the adequacy of these checks and whether additional measures are needed to ensure that such incidents do not recur. As we consider the broader implications of this incident, it is important to reflect on what it means for the future of judicial reforms in India. The controversy surrounding the unaccounted cash has already prompted calls for a comprehensive review of asset declaration procedures for judges, as well as more rigorous oversight mechanisms to ensure that any discrepancies are addressed promptly and transparently. There is a growing consensus among legal experts and civil society that such measures are essential not only for restoring public trust but also for strengthening the overall integrity of the judicial system. This case may well serve as a turning point, leading to significant legislative and administrative reforms in the coming years. In summary, the discovery of a huge stash of unaccounted cash at Delhi High Court Judge Yashwant Varma's official residence, followed by his transfer on 20th March 2025, is a development that encapsulates a range of issues from judicial integrity and financial transparency to the role of public opinion and media in governance. It raises critical questions about the ethical standards expected of judges, the effectiveness of internal oversight mechanisms, and the broader impact on public trust in the judiciary. For competitive exam aspirants, this case is a vivid illustration of how complex socio-political and legal issues converge in high-profile public scandals and how these incidents can drive reform and change within important public institutions. Answer this question in comments. The correct answer will be given hot and pinned. Lastly, we just want to let you know that we are a newly emerging online platform for competitive exams. Creating educational explainer videos like these requires a lot of effort, money, and time. If you like these videos and want us to excel and create videos in all categories of competitive exams, then you can consider supporting us with a one-time donation through the Ko-fi platform and also by becoming a member through Patreon. This will help us create more such informative educational videos in the competitive exams space. So, one last time, subscribe and share this channel with all your friends who are preparing for competitive exams. And also, follow us on social media platforms. The links are given in the About section of the channel and also in the video description. So, see you in the next video.